Hi, welcome to this video, Dave, which is on the 8th of June. It's Saturday. Just going to be looking at a couple of trade setups, which both include the British pound. We'll go to the charts in a moment. We're going to look at GBP, USD, GBP, AUD. Now, in terms of the British pound, I've been looking for the pound to rally for the last couple of weeks, and it just really hasn't happened. Okay, pound has started to firm a little bit on the USD. I think that's going to continue, but I've been very focused on the commodity currencies. I picked out one today, GBP AUD, but I'm also interested in GBP NZD and GBP CAD. Now, in terms of the pound, it's been really soft on the commodity currencies, but next week, if I see strength, I will be looking to load up, kind of a major exposure in the pound. Now, in terms of the pound, the reason I'm getting more bullish about it is just the way the price action is, and also in terms of the smart money is now buying the pound pretty heavily. Now, in terms of smart money, regular viewers will know I'm referring to the COT net traders positions. If you are unfamiliar with this tool, you can simply click a link beneath this video and learn more about them. If you just want to watch the video through right now, just keep in mind what we want to do is always trade with smart money commercial hedgers when their positions diverge significantly away from speculators. Now we're going to go and look at the charts, but please keep in mind, it's my view as of right now, it can change in line with the market conditions. If you want all our trading techniques and our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 Forex pairs, including the two we're going to look at right now, you can click on the link beneath this video and get live access to our member center. Right, we'll do GBP USD first of all, and just take a quick look at the COT net traders positions.
Just on the COT net traders positions very quickly, for draw levels of entry, stop and target. Now I've highlighted two setups on the chart. Commercials obviously in red, large speculators in green. Now what I tend to like about the British pound net traders positions, so just for new viewers, we're not interested in every twist and turn between the two groups. What we want to see is good divergence and also what I would call speed of change. So how aggressively are the groups buying and selling against each other? And in terms of commercials, in recent times, when they're above this level here, which is 50, and they step up their buying, then you tend to get a reaction in the pound to the upside. And the speculators will do almost the exact opposite in terms of their how would I put it, the number of positions that they actually do. You see it here, commercials above 50, they step up, pound goes off to the upside. Specs do the identical against them. Over here, they're going to move above 50 now, and up she goes. Specs do almost identical positions against them. There's one smaller sort of setup, which is here. You can see the commercials just come above 50,000. It's not really aggressive buying, but it's still a decent move. But if you actually look at the COT net traders positions recently, when you're above 50k for the commercials and you get a rapid rate of change, speculators are doing the exact opposite against the commercials. You tend to get a good reaction. You can go and look at that sort of backwards if you wish. I'm not into back testing as such, as everyone knows, but I just like it. The two groups going very aggressively against each other now. So we'll see. I think the pound is due some respite. I think she's going to be going up, and let's go and draw some levels of entry, stop and target. On GBP USD daily chart, draw my levels in the moment. Obviously, if you're trading any pound pairs, it's all about Brexit. So you need to look at the sentiment behind the pound. I think, we're starting to correct a bit from a bearish extreme, and the commercials, why are they bullish? I think if we look at these points here, we can see why. Market discounting a hardline Brexiteer as the new PM. I think everyone agrees with that. It's going to probably happen. Therefore, the market is seeing the odds of high in terms of a no deal, because the EU will not offer a new deal to the new PM. I personally don't think this is true, but if it is, then it's in the price. The EU will offer a deal. Okay, you can see this the way the EU have negotiated in the past. They say no, no, and then look back to the Greek crisis. It's very important they get a deal as well, not just for the UK, okay? But even if I'm wrong, in the price anticipation of potential interest rate cut, a lot of people think that could happen even before the Brexit deadline, and certainly after the Brexit deadline, no. Certainly wouldn't happen before, because inflation, where it is, doesn't warrant interest rate cut, and the UK economy doesn't need one. It's doing okay. If there was a hard Brexit, would they cut rates? Of course they wouldn't. They'd raise them because the currency would go down. They'd raise rates to support the currency. But this is where you get anticipation of things, and people, or the media, and all those wise analysts and so forth, are reflecting the bearish extreme, anticipating things that are clearly not going to happen. That's one example, but perhaps this is the most ludicrous one that I just read on the net a moment ago. The Queen could be dragged into Brexit and asked to suspend the UK Parliament to force a no-deal departure from the European Union by the looming deadline. That comes from News AU, an Australian website, big one, but I've seen it in the UK media. It's laughable. I mean, anyone knows in the UK how it works between the monarchy and Parliament. It's just symbolic. She's not going to dissolve Parliament or suspend it or whatever. That is just, hysteria. And that's what you get at bearish extremes like here, or even bullish extremes. Another one I saw, what I searched on the net today, was a family's weekly shop could rocket by more than £800 annually on a no-deal Brexit. Again, the way that number has been put together, it's just a story. It's not supported by facts. I'm sure most people in the UK wonder what it'd be with their alcohol bill included. That could be frightening for me. But no, just joking. But you just get hysteria, and the pound is already coming off or moving up. So if we look at the chart, we can see a key level here, which is 126. Now, I do have a trade in off this level, okay? But just want to, for anyone new watching, just stress the importance of stops, okay? Because I did come off the level here when she came back up, took the blue, then she comes back to test level. I was expecting a poke through, got a poke through there. Always leave your stop back from a round number, because big institutions will very often try and push through the level to catch close speculative stops. Now, normally I'm well clear of the round number. I thought I'd given it enough clearance this time, and I got taken by a couple of pips. It's something that's, I'm sure, happened to all traders. So when we try and avoid it as much as possible, we're very into turbulence around round numbers. But anyway, we got stopped out, came back in at 126.35, I think it was, and we're at 127.32. So getting the loss back, I've got it back near enough, but no profit yet. Okay, will we get some? What I quite like about it is we exhaust. We test this 20-day moving average. We're always looking for it to give way if we're bullish. We don't give way on that red candle, and the blue candle is rejected as well. This blue is just pushing through the level. So it's just a little bit above. 127.40, I think, would do it for me. Okay, so support now is at the round number. Just drawn trajectory in, and obviously I can draw straight in as well. Let me just do that. Right, so now in terms of coming in, that is where I'd come in if I wasn't in already. Where would be my objective? I'd certainly be looking for that. Okay, 130. And with a possible run on up to here. That might be a bit ambitious, but I think this is certainly realistic. We just have to see how things go. And in terms of stop, where would you want your stop? I put it back behind those two bodies there. So probably about 126.40. Okay. Now, at the moment, I've still got our stop back behind this level, but I will bring it up in the member centre when I do my update on Monday, probably, if we do break higher. I think, the bearish extreme now is going to end 130, possibly higher. First target is about 3 to 1. Second target, obviously, even better, but we'll have to see how it goes. Now, in terms of a cross that I like, GBP AUD. I think it looks really attractive. I think, yeah, possibly, well, not possibly. I think, in my view, the profit potential is really big in this one. And we're just going to go now and take a look at it. All right, we're on the GBP AUD daily chart, and I'm liking the look of this one. I think it's probably got more upside potential than GBP USD. I've already gone long, and I went long on this candle here, 182.30. We settled at 181.90, so 40 pips off. Now, in terms of, actually, just before I do the levels and talk a little bit more about technicals, so I just feel UK doing way better than Australia economically. That's seen in the data. It's going to get worse for Australia, a lot worse, with the slow up in global growth and China. UK economy will be much more resilient. The UK economy is doing actually quite well, despite people saying, yeah, what's going to happen, yeah, with Brexit. Been saying it for 2 years. The data always comes in better, and then the media says despite Brexit. So UK economy doing okay. Outlook for Australia not good. Also Australia cutting rates. They're in a rate cutting cycle now. They've already cut rates recently. They're going to cut again. UK is on hold with an upward bias. So, yeah, from our perspective, yeah, okay, we came down here quite aggressively, gone long at 182.30. But you can see, in terms of that blue candle, tail pokes through that red, and then finishes above, finish above there, and we're still above, yeah, this tail, with a slight upward bias, but the volatility is very low, and that points to a big move. Okay, now obviously that's going to be to the upside. Now, in terms of my stop, I've actually got behind 180 at the moment, but I want to bring it up. And for fresh positions, the stop I'm going to give is the one that I think is applicable, which is if we take out those two candle tails there. So let's say 181.30 or 40 if you want to give an extra 10 pips. I think if we just get through those tails now, then we'll be off to the upside. What I like also in terms of price action is the pound in these 4 days here has moved up on the Aussie, despite the fact the stock markets have been zooming to the upside. That should theoretically help the Aussie more than the pound. It hasn't, okay? So I'm taking that as a bullish sign for the British pound. Now, where would you put your stop? Well, I think really you want to put it back here, because that is a round number, and it coincides roughly with those two tails there, that tail there. It's 181, so just back behind that round number, 182.30 in, 180.70 could be the stop. All right, now where could we go? Well, I'm bullish. I don't think this 20-day moving average is going to hold at all. I think we're going to head up back to 186, and then I think we could possibly head back to recent chart highs. Sorry, I'm having a problem with my lines as per usual. My mouse is not working. So really, you've got to kind of over a 3-to-1 to there, obviously more to second target. Now, in terms of obviously, you've got to see how the trade runs. But for me now, is the bearish news in the price for the pound? It's hard to see any more coming. Of course it could. But yeah, basically, I think this one's a nice looking buy on that, on potential strength next week. And I know that generally the market consensus is very bearish of the British pound, but we all know when you've got bullish or bearish extremes, they do break, and they break violently. I think that could be the case in terms of British pound move to the upside, but we'll see. But that's the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.